Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Teton hockey action. Game 2 this weekend between your Williston State Tetons and Jamestown University. I am Angus Ling. Along beside me is my good friend Christian Strecker. Christian, how are we feeling tonight?
It's a great feeling here early afternoon. Williston State College Tetons coming off of a 4-3 defeat to Jamestown yesterday evening. Overall, a fast-paced, hard-hitting event we'll see today. I expect nonetheless.
Sophomore Adam Romero will replace his crease as we are almost ready to go here. Starting line out for your Tetons: Tyler Forrest, Dylan Lincoln, and Chris Hilly, along with Henry Hoffman and Matt Folstad. In defense, as the face-off is won back to Henry Hoffman, he'll just chip it down into the Jamestown zone. Jamestown send it back the other way as Tyler Forrest will go back and chase after it. And that will be the first icing call of the game.
Quick whistle there. This face-off will come down to the left of the Jamestown goaltender. Forrest and the referee having a bit of discussion as there was a bit of contact with Forrest after the whistle, however nothing major.
Well, it was a very physical game last night. We'll see if that portrays through into this game. As Tyler Forrest will step in for the draw. Jamestown win it back into their own corner. They play it around the boards, well, being picked up there as they come through into the neutral zone, down into Teton territory. Makes one move, tries to make a move towards that. Big save by Aaron Romero, kicking out that right pad as Dylan Lincoln goes back the other way. He'll come down into Jamestown zone, loses the puck there. Chris Hilly there to battle for it on the half wall as it comes back to Jamestown now as they're taking in the corner. Play it behind the net where there's time and space for them. Give him back in behind the net. Defense will pick it up. It's a good hit there by Mezek. Try to break up that play. Inside him is Lucas Ignarczyk. Out there with them is Cole Welthko in the back check. As it is played down deep where Mikko Sarinkinen will pick it up behind his own net. Give it over to Johnson. Johnson tries to get back to Sarinkinen. He does so. Sarinkinen tries to buy time behind the net. Gives it over to Welthko. Welthko gives it back to Sarinkinen, who gives it back to Dalton Johnson. Tetons under a lot of pressure in their own zone. Need to get that puck out. There's a good save there by Romano with the pad. Shot comes in from the point, deflected in front by Mezek. Goes in behind the net. Close call there as it's loose in front. Picked out to the point now by Jamestown. Shot comes in high, goes over the net and into the glass, but it will come back down to the other point. Ignarczyk tried to play the puck out. Picked off there by Jamestown. They get over the point. Shot goes in. Stick save by Romer. Looks in front as Cole Welthko comes away with the puck, and he'll come back the other way. He'll chip it in deep and get a change. Grishka in there chasing after it on the forecheck. He's out there with Zagurskis and Winkle as they managed to link up quite a few times yesterday. So Coach John Bokus will keep with that lineup.
Good work by Romero early on, facing a bit of a flurry of shots there early on. Made a few nice saves. So after that puck deflects out of play, the faceoff will come just outside of the Teton zone.
Grishka in with a draw. Jamestown win it back. Kenny Garrett leaves it for Grushka. Grushka over to Kuhn. Kuhn finds Winkle. Winkle just bounces off his skate and sends it down the length of the ice. No icing call there. Grushka in battle for it. Caught will give it over to Grushka. Grushka tried to play the puck in front. Just picked off there by Jamestown. As Kuhn will come back and collect it in the neutral zone. Give it back to Grushka. Grushka loses the puck and Jamestown come back the other way. Jamestown taking it in the corner. Try and play it out to the point. Zagurskis is there. Jamestown managed to win that battle. They'll play it down into the corner. Will be moved up a little bit. Kuhn picked his man off the puck. Gives over to Garrett. Garrett over to Zagurskis. Zagurskis tried to find why Matt Winkle does so. As Jamestown just managed to pickpocket him and take away the puck. As Jamestown come back the other way. Picked off there by Zagurskis. Zagurskis will just force it back into Jamestown territory. Jamestown transition and come back the other way. Shot blocked by Henry Hoffman as it comes out to Logan Kraft in front of the net. He makes one move. He gets picked off there on the red line by Jamestown. Attempt hit by Olcon as he takes a tumble. As Jamestown come back the other way now. Big hit there by Kraft behind the net. And another big hit by him as he battles hard. He's in there with Henry Hoffman. Two Jamestown players as well. Jamestown win the battle. Give it over to the point. Move it down low, move it back out to the point. Shot comes in, just goes wide of the net. Olcon's there, chip that puck out of the zone. He stands his man up, and that will be an icing call on the Tetons.
There's always a bit of a challenge involved here, playing a game less than 24 hours after another one. These two teams both have that feeling right now. Maybe a bit of tiredness being shown by either locker room.
It's been all Jamestown so far in the first 4 minutes of the game. As the face-off is won back by Jamestown. Jamestown moves up to the top. Shot just goes wide of the net. It goes behind the net where Jamestown will pick it up. Jamestown looks to make a move to the front. Move it up to the point instead. Move down the corner. Move it behind the net. Pass out in front. Shot just goes wide of the net where Will Landsberg will pick it up in the corner. Landsberg will just chip it off the glass and send it down the length of the ice where it will be another icing call. And again, no change.
This line for the Tetons being pinned down. Need to get a change quickly. So with 16:01 remaining in the first period, this face-off will come down to the left of Romero.
So the line of Will Landsberg, Kraft, and Ocon will stay out there. As it is won back by Jamestown to the point. Jamestown make a move to the front. Shot saved by Romero. Loose in front, Will Landsberg try to get a handle on it. Doesn't quite do so. Shot comes in. Blocker saved by Romero again in the corner. Good save by him. Tracking that puck all the way. Polstad comes out with the puck. Tries to get it over to Landsberg. Landsberg didn't know where it was. As it comes back down in the corner now. Matt Folstad will chase after it. Battle with his guy. He sees his guy up to the top. Moved up to the point. Shot comes in. Stick aside by Romero. Given over the corner now where it's picked up by Kraft. Kraft just chips it up into the air where they'll be able to get a change now. Fresh legs out here on the ice for the Tetons. Jamestown come back down into the Teton zone into the corner. Dalton Johnson battling for it. Madge gives it over to Forrest. Forrest plays it around the boards. Awkward bounce off of the boards, but it comes out for Jamestown. Cody Johnson with his first shift of the game. Put a lot of pressure on there. Good job by him. That's given out the point by Jamestown. Chance here for Dylan Lincoln as he has great speed. He comes in his zone. Tries to find Chris Hilly. Fans on the pass as it goes into the corner. Hilly just eats it up. Waits for support. He has support from Lincoln. Lincoln tried to give it over to Forrest. Does so. Shot comes in. Fanned on by Forrest. As Jamestown will come back the other way now. Breakaway opportunity for them. And a good call by the referee calling that offside.
Absolutely good eyes by the linesman, realizing that man had 2 or 3 feet inside of the zone before the pass was made. The face-off comes back outside. Shot 7-1 in favor of the Jamestown Jimmies.
Romero's been sharp this first part of the game. He's bailed his team out quite a few times so far. As face-off is won back by Mezek, given over to Garrett. Garrett can't quite get a handle on it. As Jamestown moved up to the point, moved down low. Push pass out in front of the net, good stick by Romero. He takes away that one, and he'll cover that one up for a whistle.
Good puck tracking by Romero, making the first save, being able to follow the puck and get that whistle. So Tetons will take an offensive change, bringing out Matt Winkle, Ryan Grushka, and Nikita Zagurskis.
Grushka will step in for the draw. As Jamestown just got a little bit too excited there, as they have to have one person, the centerman, taken out of the draw. One back by Grushka. Grushka gives it over to Kuhn. Kuhn over to Winkle. Winkle tries to chip it out of the boards. He takes a hit to make the play. Gives it over to Zagurskis. Zagurskis gives it over to Kuhn. Kuhn will try and get it in deep. He does so, and allows his offenseman to go and chase after it. As Jamestown come back the other way, they're coming through the zone with speed. A knee collision hit there by Grushka as he'll go over the box for that one. Shot comes in, saved by Romero. Another one saved by Romero, and finally touched up by the Tetons.
Romero making a few nice saves. Now there's a bit of a scrum after the play. A few punches being thrown here.
As we have, I believe that is Garrett in there behind the net looking for a dance partner. Simpson for Jamestown just having no part of it.
So there will be a few penalties assessed on the play. We'll see what comes out of it. Grushka and Winkle to the box for the Tetons right away. Captain Chris Hilly waiting to get the ref's description of what is going on. As we saw yesterday, these two teams do not like each other, and that has carried on over into today. So now we'll have some discussion. There are 2 Teton penalties up on the board so far. You have to think there would be at least 1 Jamestown penalty on the play. However, nothing so far.
I believe that the referee will be going over to the Jamestown bench, to collect 2 players from Jamestown.
So 2 men aside for either team in the box.
Wonder whether it'll be 4-on-4 or remain 5-on-5.
So it appears to be Press and Chavez Leach for Jamestown, and Winkle and Grushka for the Tetons in the box. I really hope I said that right.
Well, it is a hard one to pronounce, so we'll not fault you for it.
All coincidentals. Looks like we should have 5-on-5 hockey.
As indicated, the face-off will just be outside the Teton zone. As we are ready to get back going here, as Matt Mezek will step into the draw, he's out there with Lucas Zinarzik and Cole Weltko. Face off one back by Mezek. Giving over to Rankin, and Rankin finds Zinarzik, As Jason come out with the puck in the Teton zone. They try to make a move towards the front of the net. Picked off there. Comes out to the point. Shot comes in. Padded aside by Romero. As it's picked up by Dalton Johnson in the corner. He comes out with the puck. He gives it over to Zinarzik. Zinarzik trying to make a move, but picked off the puck there by Jamestown. Good forecheck there by Cole Weltko. Gives it over to Mezek. Mezek lifted in front. Just got stick aside as it goes behind the net. And Jamestown will come out with the puck. Where Lucas Zinarzik will pick up the loose puck in the neutral zone. He'll give it over to Serenkin, and Serenkin try to give it back to him. He wasn't ready for the puck. As Jamestown come back the other way. Picked off there by Serenkin. Serenkin tried to find Zinarzik. Zinarzik just didn't manage to pick up the puck. As Cole Weltko will go ahead and chase after it. Jamestown moving the puck well in their own zone. As they come into the Teton territory. Picked up by the air by Dalton Johnson. As Tyler Force comes out with the puck, he'll just chip it out of the zone and go and chase after it. Picked off there by Jamestown. Jamestown come back into the zone. Shot comes in, sticks aside by Aaron Romero. Where Dalton Johnson will pick it up and just flip it into the neutral zone. As Tetons will just put it down the length of the ice. Manages to get it on net, so no icing call. As Jamestown will come out with the puck again. Good hit there by Peyton Olcott to disrupt the plays. It comes over to Matt Folstad on the blue line. Tetons trying to keep the zone. Jamestown managed to come out with it though. As pass from Henry Hoffman gets intercepted. Jamestown coming back the other way. Shot comes in, saved by Romero. Where Henry Hoffman and Tyler Force are battle for it. Force comes out with the puck. And he'll just hold in behind the net and wait for support. Forrest takes it upon himself to move the puck out of the zone. He does so. He comes through casually, just chips it in deep, and will go for a change. Kraft and Kuhn in there battling for it behind the net. As Jamestown manages to come back the other way. No icing call called as Jamestown win the race. Henry Hoffman in there chasing after it. He's in there behind the net. As it goes over to the corner. Still battling for it. It is Henry Hoffman. Matt Folstad gets support from Will Lansbury because Jamestown come out with the puck. Loose in front. Big hit by Payne Olcott, but loose in front. Glove save and a beauty by Aaron Romero.
Fantastic glove save by Romero. The Jamestown defender left all loaded front. Snatches the leather up on that one.
Big save by Aaron Romero. Keeping this score at 0 as we're just over 10 minutes left in the first period. 11-10 left. As Grushka and Winkle are back out there on the ice as their penalties are over. As the face-off. One back by Grushka, manages to find Winkle in the half wall. As Jamestown pick it off and give it down low. Loose in front, puck now. Sigurdsky's sitting there battling for it. He managed to pick it off. As Tetons will come back with it out of the zone. Match picked off there by Jamestown. As Grushka comes into Jamestown zone. And Jamestown will come back the other way. Rink wide pass. It's picked up there by Garrett. Garrett gives it over to Grushka. Grushka will just chip it out of the zone. Chasing his Matt Winkle. He managed to pick his guy off the puck. Tried to make a play to the front of the net. Zagurskis was just tied up, so he couldn't get a handle on the puck. As Jamestown come back the other way. Jamestown with a lot of speed. He gets moved down low with Dalton Johnson battling for it. He managed to pick his guy off the puck. Give it over to Zagurskis. Zagurskis plays it back to Johnson behind the net. Johnson makes a nice move. Comes out with the puck behind their own net. Gives it over to Zagurskis. Zagurskis tried to... Jamestown managed to pick the puck off of Zagurskis, but they chip it back down into Teton zone. Now we have Cody Johnson into the corner. He'll just rim it around the boards. Managed to find Dylan Lincoln. Lincoln tried to give it over to Forrest. Picked off there though, but again picked off by Hilly. And an offside call there.
Yeah, puck just got lost in Chris Hilly's skates. Ended up going in just behind them, so that will be an offside. Come outside of the Jamestown zone. Shots now 14-3 in favor of Jamestown. Still scoreless early on in the game.
As we're at 9:44 left in the first period, Matt Messick steps in for the draw. He managed to win it back to Kuhn. Kuhn will just tip it down into the Jamestown zone. As Jamestown will come back out with the puck. Jamestown will just chip it in deep into Teton territory. Kuhn in there battling for it. He's in there with Kenny Garrett. Garrett gives it over to Welticle in the half wall. Sorry, should I say Welticle. Managed to try and get the puck out of the zone, but Jamestown managed to keep it in there. Goes in the corner now. Kuhn battling for it. Gives it over to Welticle. Welticle makes a chip play behind the net onto himself. Moved up to the point. Zignarczyk just got bumped off the puck as it will go down low. Jamestown with the puck. Wraparound attempt. Good save by Romero. As it's moved up to the point. Good hit there from Zignarczyk on the blue line. However, Jamestown managed to keep the zone. Given up to the point. Shot comes in. Blocked in front. Goes out to the other point now. Play back door. Shot comes in. Blocked in front again. As it will come back down into the far side corner. Garrett will go in and battle for it. He's in there with Kuhn. Welticle trying to make a little play down. He does so. He managed to come out with the puck. Chipping was the Jamestown defenseman as they managed to keep the zone. Tetons need to make sure they're getting out of the zone in this game. They're spending a lot of time in the defensive end. Chasing after the puck. You can't win a hockey game if you don't have the puck. Jamestown will just play the possession game right now. Looking to outwork Teton defense. It's a good hit from Garrett. Goes over into the far side corner again. As it moved up to the point, DDD pass, shot from Browning goes in, shot saved by Romero. As moved up to the other point now, shot comes in front, sticked away by Kuhn, loose in front, still loose in front, sticked away by Romero, and a trickling goal goes in. An unfortunate bounce there for Romero as it just managed to trickle over his stick and underneath his pad.
Yeah, puck being battled for in front, last shot just trickles through Romero. So that'll give Jamestown a 1-0 lead.
Just a clear play of Jamestown outworking the Teton defense as they were in that zone for a good 2 minutes there.
Tetons need to develop some offensive chances if they're going to have a hope in this game right now. Shots 19-3 in favor of Jamestown. Romero has been strong. He's just had no offensive support so far.
20 shots, pretty much 20 shots, and was just over the first 10 minutes of the game. Is a lot of shots for a goaltender in the face. Tetons need to get the defensive act figured out. Seems now that Tetons have a little bit of life in their legs. Just giving a loose in front. Shot comes in. Good save by Romero again. Keeping his team within striking distance. Now just giving it over to the point. There you go, DDD. Shot comes in, deflected in front, just goes over the top of the net. Jamestown again just controlling all sides of the puck where it comes over to Winkle. Chance now for the Tetons. Grushka coming in. He gives it to a trailing Zagurskis. Zagurskis with a shot, sticked aside by the goaltender. As it goes into the near side point where Srenkin will pick it up, give it down to Grushka. Grushka with it, he makes a couple of nice moves, gives it over to Winkle in front, try to give it to Zagurskis. Didn't quite manage it though as Jamestown come back with the puck. They turn, sticked out there by Dalton Johnson. He'll just fire it down the length of the ice. He'll chase after it himself. Srenkin can't quite keep the zone as he'll just chip it back down in deep and allow the forwards to go in and chase after it. As it comes down to the Teton zone, Kraft chasing after it. He manages to win his race. Picked up by Srenkin. As he's hit hard there against the boards by Simpson. 2-on-1 opportunity for the Tetons. Will Lansford trying to make a backdoor pass. Sliding defensive play by Jamestown. Manages to break up the pass. As Will Lansford trying to make a play in front of Miller. Kraft's all alone in the slot. Shot just goes wide of the net. Whereas picked up by Jamestown in the far side corner as they come out with the puck. Good stick by Dalton Johnson, breaking up that play as it comes out of the Teton territory. Jamestown will regroup and come back again. It goes in behind the Teton net, over into the near side boards. Shot comes in, deflected in front, still loose in front, picked off by Lincoln. Lincoln will regroup with it as there's a penalty call on Jamestown. As Rankin needs to try and get this puck over to Dalton Johnson. As he still has the puck and now whistled down dead.
Yeah, behind the net, extra shot at Sarankinen, took him into the boards. That'll give Jamestown the penalty here. Bit of a retaliatory play as he's contesting that rep, but he'll get nothing there.
It seems that they're sending Mikko Sarankinen to the box too now. He's calling Sarankinen on a cross check. And McNeil for Jamestown will have a 2-minute for roughing call.
So after the play, they do give Sarankinen a penalty. The original penalty was directed towards Jamestown. So unfortunately, that takes away the Teton power play.
So we'll have 4-on-4 action here. There's a face-off cross to the left of Romero's net with 5:09 left in the first period. Teton's trailing by 1.
4-on-4, look for the speed out here. Teton's opting to go with Dylan Lincoln and Tyler Forrest up front. Both guys with great wheels.
As Tyler Forrest will step in for the draw. Out there in defense is Kuhn and Garrett. Face-off is one back to Kuhn. He tries to play it back to Forrest. Read very well by Jamestown offense. Pass in front from Jamestown. Shot goes in just wide of the net. As it will come over on the far side. Picked off by Kuhn. Kuhn tries to make a breakaway pass to Forrest. Forrest might have an opportunity here as he beats his man. Just sticked off the puck there. Good hit by Kuhn, breaking up that play. Gives it over to Lincoln. Lincoln with the puck, gives it back to Forrest. As Grushko will step out there with Winkle. He is out there with Zagurskis and Dalton Johnson. As Jamestown come out with the puck. Coming in the speed, attempted hit by Grushka has failed as it is dumped down on Romero's net. He'll play it off to Dalton Johnson. Johnson picks up, goes through the neutral zone, tries to make a move and goes in the far corner. Good hit from Zagurskis to break up that play, gives over to Grushka. There's a lot of space out here on the ice right now as it's given over to Winkle. Winkle gives it back to Grushka. Grushka with the puck, gives it over to Winkle. Winkle over to Johnson. Johnson walks, fakes, gives it over to backdoor Winkle. Winkle backdoor to Zagurskis. A good passing play by the Tetons. Puck just didn't quite sit right for the Tetons. Shot goes in, gloved, save by the goaltender.
Good glove by Tyson Brower there as Dalton Johnson had the shot right from the slot. He'll get a whistle and that face-off will come down to his right.
We do apologize, folks, if there was a break in stream. We seem to have lost our Wi-Fi service. As Lincoln steps in for the draw, gives it over to Hilly. Hilly up to Johnson. Johnson will walk. Give it over to Forrest. Forrest with a shot. Glove down again by the goaltender.
We learned in the 2 games in Jamestown, Brower does have a strong glove. We'll see if that causes problems for the Tetons, if they can eventually solve him. 3:18 remaining in the first period.
Face-off is won by Jamestown as it comes down the length of the ice to Dalton Johnson on the blue line. We're back to what will be 5-on-4 for another 50 seconds. Power play for the Tetons as Rankin's penalty is over. Forrest will walk the blue line. As he'll walk it down low. Give it over to Johnson on the point. Shot comes in from Johnson just wide of the net. Picked up there by Jamestown. As it will come down to Dalton Johnson on the Teton blue line as he'll gain some speed and come back the other way. Gives it over to Hilly. Hilly with a shot, staked up into the netting by Brower.
25 seconds remaining in the Browning penalty for Jamestown. This will bring out the second Teton unit with Ryan Grushka, Matt Winkle, and Nikita Zagurskis. On the point will be Kenny Garrett and Tyler Forrest.
It's a face-off won back by Jamestown. As they'll just send it down the length of the ice. 16 seconds left for the Teton power play. As it is picked up by Forrest behind the net. He gives it over to Zagurskis. Zagurskis gives it over to Grushka. He has Zagurskis driving the net. Giving it in front, loose in front. And it's picked up by Jamestown. Opportunity there for the Tetons. Just didn't quite manage to find the stick of Zagurskis. As Garrett is forced hard. And Grushka in there, help him out, give it over to Zagurskis. Zagurskis gives it over to Matt Winkle. Matt Winkle gives it over to Zagurskis. Picked off there by Jamestown, they'll rim it around the boards. Picked off by Dalton Johnson on the blue line, given over to Zagurskis. Zagurskis back down for Winkle. Winkle tried to make a play in front of Zagurskis. He just had a couple of sticks in front of him, so he couldn't quite get the puck. It's given over to Hoffman. Hoffman finds Grushka. Grushka will just take back and wait for some time and space. Allow some players to get a change. He moves over to Hoffman. Hoffman over to Johnson. Johnson tried to find Wealthco on the far side. Wealthco had other ideas. As it's picked up by Folstad on the blue line. He bounced the puck over his stick. Running in was Jamestown. A good save by Rommel covering that puck up.
Awkward balance around that Folstad stick led to the Jamestown opportunity. Rommel doing good there to keep that breakaway opportunity to nothing. Shots now 22-8 in favor of Jamestown. 1:16 remaining in the first period. Face off down to the right of Rommel.
As Matt Mezek will step in for the draw, he has Narzik and Wealthco to his wings. This face-off is won by Jamestown. Picked up by Kuhn though in the near corner. As he's picked off the puck, good stick by Garrett, breaking up that play. He moves the puck behind the net. He'll just rim it around the boards for Narzik. Just bounces over his stick and the defenseman's stick, so it'll be sent down the length of the ice. And Jamestown will come back the other way with it. Picked off there by Narzik. He tries to make a nice move, doesn't manage it though. As it is sent down to Kenny Garrett. Garrett gives over to Wealthco. Wealthco tried to find Zignarzik. Zignarzik didn't want the puck. Jamestown come back the other way now. Forcing him is Matt Mezek as they come into the Teton zone. And whistled down, I believe, for offside.
Yep, that was ruled offside, so faceoff comes outside of the Teton zone. Chris Haley, Tyler Forrest, and Dylan Lincoln now up front for the Tetons.
Face off won by Jamestown. They'll fire in deep. Rommel will go out and play it. He'll leave it for Hoffman. Hoffman gives it over to Dalton Johnson. Johnson over to Lincoln. Lincoln will just kick it with a skate out of the zone. Allow Chris Hilly to chase after it. As it's picked up there by Dalton Johnson for a clearing attempt by Jamestown, where he'll just chip it in deep, and Teleforce go in and battle for it. Hilly with a nice hit in the corner, and that will do it for the first period, folks. Tetons trailing by 1 to Jamestown University.
We'll get a quick intermission and see you back here.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for second period hockey action between Jamestown University and your Williston State Tetons. Jamestown still leading this game 1-0. As Kenny Garrett picks up the puck, he'll just chip it in deep and allow his force to go for a change. Shots recorded is 22-8 in favor of Jamestown. And Rommel having a very busy first period. He came up strong though, only conceding 1 goal. As Zagorskis has the puck in the half wall, he'll give it down to Winkle. Winkle tried to give it over to Serenkin on the far side, but it's picked off there by Jamestown. Dalton Johnson will fire it down back into the Jamestown zone. Whereas battle for Serenkin just tries to play it down on net, just misses wider than that. As it comes up on the half wall, Dalton Johnson misses the puck and a 2-on-1 opportunity for Jamestown. Big hit by Serenkin as he breaks out that play. As it'll come to him in the corner. Picked off there by Jamestown. Moves to the puck up top, shot just goes wide at Aaron Rommel's net. As Serenkin picks it up behind his Teton's net. He finds Grushka in the middle. Grushka makes one move and another. He will just chip it in deep and go for a change, allow Winkle to chase after it. It's a hit from Ocon, sends his guy into the boards. Good move by Will Landsberg. He has it in the corner now. Just sticked off the puck. Payne Ocon goes in, battle for it. He picks up the puck behind the net. As Jamestown managed to win the battle again, they come out with the puck. And again, Payne Ocon and Will Landsberg doing a great job on the forecheck, keeping that puck down low. But the Jamestown offense managed to go out of the zone. They have a 2-on-1 opportunity now. Pass goes back door. Shot saved by Rommel. As it comes out to Kraft on the blue line, he'll chip and go. As it comes out to the red line, Henry Hoff will fire in down and hit the...
Down low. Salesperson for the Tetons, take that puck to the chest and he'll give that one to a kid. He appears to be okay. He's a hockey fan. He's tough.
As I'm sure he'll crank a beer and chug it down.
Puck comes outside of the Teton zone. Face off one back by Jamestown. Jamestown picks up on their own end. Battle forward there by Znarsik. Comes up to Woltkol. Woltkol fights right down low. Takes a hit. Puck's pinned up and flipped back down to the corner. Jamestown comes away with it. Picked up in the slot. And they'll get a 3-on-1 opportunity now.
Jamestown moves back, pass back door, just picks off there. As it goes in the corner, Hoffman will chase after it. Jamestown caught the puck, they move it on to the far blue. As it just comes out of the zone, they'll have to regroup. Jamestown managed to enter the zone. Big hit by Cole Weltzko, putting his guy down. Hopefully that'll create some energy for the Tetons. As it's been a little bit more back and forth action for the first 5 minutes in this period. His pass goes out in front, shot just goes off a shin pad and up into the netting.
You mentioned it. Tetons seem to be coming out with a bit more energy in this period. We'll see if that can develop into some offense for them overall.
Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to get the legs going. Or maybe a couple of yells from Coach Zern in the locker room. But whatever has happened, the Tetons seem to have upped their game just a little bit. As Lincoln will step in the draw, he has Forrest and Hilly on his wings. As the face-off is won by Jamestown as it goes down in the half wall. Picked off there by Kuhn. Shot comes in for the point stick, decided by Romero. As it goes over to Hilly. Hilly buys some time, he'll play it behind the net, try to find Garrett. Garrett just can't get a stick on it. As it'll come out in favor of Jamestown. Kenny Garrett bows in for it in the corner. Moves out to Winkle on the Lincoln on the half wall, sorry. As Jamestown managed to pick that puck off. Pass goes back door, pass in front of the net. Shot just goes blocked in front by Garrett as it comes over to Lincoln on the half wall. Good job by Kuhn, managed to just fight his guy off the puck. He takes a change. And they'll be sent down back into Teton territory. Garrett voices his check, gives it over to Tyler Forrest. Forrest tried to find Chris Hilly, doesn't quite manage it, and that will be an offside call on the Tetons.
Hilly doesn't agree with that, however, puck got spun up at the blue line, will be an offside call. So that'll bring out the line of Grushka, Winkle, and Zagorskis up front with Cody Johnson and Dalton Johnson on defense.
Face off is won by Jamestown. They go D to D. Give it over to the centers. They'll enter the Teton zone. Give him down low, picked off by Johnson. And here comes Zagurski for the puck. He tries to give it over to Winkle. Winkle just picked off the puck as his stick was knocked out of his hands. As Dalton Johnson trying to make a play. Pass back door just out of the reach of Jamestown. There's a dangerous call there for the Tetons. Giving over in front, walking in front now. Picked off his puck was, sorry folks. Taking his guy off the puck was Cody Johnson. As it's played in front. Winkle seemed to take a little bit of a slash there from the goaltender. No call on the play. The shot comes in, just goes wide of the net. Goes around the boards. Zagurski will force his guy to leave the puck and it'll come back down into the neutral zone. Jamestown again will regroup with the puck and an offside call there on Jamestown.
You mentioned it, Winkle taking a bit of a slash from Brower there, perhaps trying to get in his head. It's all part of the game of hockey. 15:08 remaining in the second period. Face off just outside of the Teton zone.
Face off again is won back by Jamestown. They get over to the far wing where he has time to enter the zone. Goes into the corner. Cole will make a good stick play there as it goes over to Wolfco. A high elbow there, no call on the play. As that was an offside call there.
Yeah, and almost a dangerous hit on Wolfco there, straight to the head.
A very high raising elbow, no call on the play.
However, he appears to be okay, so that's good to see.
Face off won by Matt Mezek, given over to Zinarzik. Zinarzik just managed to enter the zone, picked off the puck, but here comes Mezek. Mezek coming in with a shot, just gets blocked in front. And Jamestown come back the other way. Jamestown move the puck over to the wing, up to that trailing high guy. Shot gets blocked and will go up and out of play.
Little update on injured Teton Andy Williams. He was diagnosed with a high ankle sprain. However, he appears to be okay besides that and doesn't expect to be out for too long.
A very key player for the Tetons. He was a very big influence in the game last night, making a lot of hits and creating a lot of opportunities. Tetons need someone to step up and take his role here tonight. As Jamestown managed to keep the puck in the zone, picked off by Hoffman. He'll make a nice move and give it over to Forrest. Forrest will just try to throw it on net, just goes wide of the net. As Jamestown will chip it off and chase after it. Good back check by Lincoln, pick up the puck. He's showing great speed again. He tries to give it over to Forrest. Forrest just managed to chip it out of the zone. As Jamestown playing his own shot goes in, stick to save by Aaron Romero. As it'll come back down into Jamestown zone. Jamestown coming back into Teton territory with it. They'll walk, give it over to the high guy. Shot goes in, just goes wide of the net of Romero. As it comes over into the half boards, picked up by Ocon. Ocon will just fire it down in deep. He takes a stick to the back, takes a little tumble. As Jamestown again come back with it. They come in with speed. Shot gets blocked by Mikko Serenkin. Good block by him as it goes in the far side corner. Dalton Johnson battling for it. Picked up by Serenkin behind the net. He gives it over to Landsberg. Landsberg just out of the reach of the puck. As it will come back to Serenkin. Serenkin try to give it over to Ocon. He does. Leaves it for Serenkin. Serenkin following up the play. Manages to get the puck out of the zone as he's flying right now. It's given back to the Tetons on their own blue line. Dalton Johnson gives it over to Kraft. Kraft try to find Grushka. Just out of his reach again. Teton showing a lot of energy. They're just not managing to string together a lot of passes as they were last night. Just seems that passes are a little bit out of the reach, or players are tight. Players' sticks are tight to bodies. You just can't quite get a handle on pucks. As Jamestown come back into the Teton zone. Good stick by Dalton Johnson stepping up on the play. He comes through the zone. He has Matt Winkle going to the net. Dalton Johnson gives it over to Zagurski down low. Zagurski tossing in turn, trying to make a play in front of the net. Sticks away by the goaltender. Giving out top to Kuhn. Kuhn's shot just goes wide of the net. Kenny Garrett can't quite keep the zone as it comes back the other way. Pass backdoor attempt from Jamestown, just gets knocked out of the air. As Kuhn almost tries to get out the zone, shot just comes in, goes wide of Romerill's net. As that will come up over into the half wall and played in behind the net for Kenny Garrett. Garrett over to Winkle. Garrett takes a high hit and he's down as he's hurt. Garrett trying to get up and he's in a lot of pain, folks.
Yeah, another high hit. No initial call on the play. So Teton trainer will come out and take a look at him, but he skates off under his own power, which is good to see.
He's a tough boy and he will not let his opposition see that he's hurt.
So after that whistle, this faceoff will come down to the right of Romerill. 11:47 remaining in the second period. Shots 27-9 in favor of the Jamestown Jimmies.
As this faceoff will bring out Matt Mezek, Cole Weltko, and Luka Zignorzik. As he comes over to Zignorzik on the half wall, Zignorzik tries to chip the puck out of the zone, kept in there by Jamestown defense. They walk in, shot. I think he got the stick of Romerill, but it goes wide of the net. There's a diving play by Mezek, makes a great blocking play there. Giving over now, chance for Zignorzik. He almost has a breakaway. Good back check there from Jamestown, knocking his player off the puck. He tried to give it over to the middle. Matt Mezek's in front of the net. And it's picked off there by Jamestown, where they'll come back into the Teton zone. Henry Hoffman picks up that loose puck. He'll come through into the neutral zone with it. He'll just chip it in deep and chase after it himself. As Jamestown will collect the puck and go back into a breakout situation. Pass attempt gets picked off by Dalton Johnson. Finds Dylan Lincoln. Lincoln will just toss it in the corner and allow Chris Healy to go in and chase after it. Lincoln out there chasing after it. As Jamestown come back the other way. Good stick there by Dalton Johnson, break out the play. He comes back to Lincoln and will give it back to Johnson. Johnson will just fire it down the length of the ice. Teton's under a lot of pressure in this game, but they're starting to see a little bit more of the Jamestown net. There's a huge hit from Hilly behind the play. Sends his guy down as he's hurt. He'll make a beeline for the bench. A little bit of back and forth hockey action, not a lot of controlled possession here going on. As teams just managing to clear the zone and then firing it back in. Shot comes in and a goal for Jamestown. As they manage to cause that turnover. As Teton's trying to break the puck out.
Nice shot, short side, just goes over Romerill's shoulder, and that gives Jamestown a 2-0 lead. Physical play has picked up in the second period. There's been lots of hitting. However, you mentioned the puck has been bouncing around, lots of turnovers, and there Jamestown takes advantage.
As the face-off will come back down into the Teton zone. Picked up by Kuhn and behind the net. Jamestown chasing after it hard. They cause another turnover on the half wall, picked up by Winkle though. He'll give it back to Garrett. Garrett gives it over to Zagriskas. And he'll just give it back to Garrett. Garrett brings it around the boards for Winkle. As Jamestown try and cause that turnover again, it's picked up by Garrett behind the net after a pass from Winkle. Give it over to Zagriskas. Zagriskas trying to find Grushka. Pass just a little bit too far ahead of him as Grushka's chasing after it hard. Good hit by him for checking. Zagriskas seems to lose an edge there in the corner. However, he manages to regain control of the puck. He has it behind the net. Try to find Winkle. Good stick there by the Jamestown goaltender. He stick that puck away into the corner. A 3-on-2 opportunity for Jamestown. Pass in front. They'll look for that backdoor pass. Just gets caught up in the skates of Kuhn. As it will come over on the near side. Good hit by Will Landsberg. It's picked up by Kuhn here. Kuhn takes a hit, makes the play over to Zagriskas. Zagriskas gets bumped off the puck. He'll play it down for Henry behind the net, who will give it back to Kuhn. Kuhn makes a nice turn, tries to give it back to Hoffman. Just out of his reach as Hoffman takes a high hit off the glass. And a stretch in Jamestown, good stick there by Kuhn. As that'll be covered up by Aaron Romero.
Smart play by Romero taking that whistle. Tetons have a few players out there who are out there for some time. So at 18-13, this faceoff will come down to his left. Shots 39 in favor of Jamestown.
As the faceoff will bring in Tyler Forrest. He is out there with Peyton Ocon and Logan Kraft. As Jamestown control the puck in the Teton zone. They'll move it down low. Dalton Johnson will battle for it. As it's a good stick there by Peyton Ocon. He'll give it over to Forrest. Forrest with the break. He has speed. Good stick there by the Jamestown defenseman. Throwing it into the corner. Ocon will battle for it. Giving it over to Forrest. Forrest just trying to throw it on net. Gloved over the top of the net by the goaltender. As Tetons will regain possession back in their own zone. Forrest will wait for it behind the net. He'll try and find a stretching Kraft. Manages to find his stick as he'll just chip it in the zone and go for a change. Jamestown will come back with the puck. They'll just chip it in. Time on the puck. Goal.
No one picking out the backdoor Jamestown player. He has a great opportunity there and buries behind Romero. 3-0 Jamestown with 7:07 remaining in the second period. So after that goal, we'll reset at center ice. Tetons opt to go with Mezek, Znarsik, and Wiltikol up front. And on defense, we'll have Kenny Garrett and Travis Kuhn.
That's a face-off as one back by Jamestown. They're just getting the red line, dumping it in the zone. Stop behind the net was Romer. As they will give it over to Wiltikol. Wiltikol turns it over in the middle. Shot just goes wide of the net. As it goes over into the corner. Garrett will battle here for it. As he gets moved up to the point. Backdoor pass. Sorry, I should say a front door pass attempt, but just bounces over his stick. As Jamestown will come out with the puck in their own zone. Good hit by Mezek. That was a good save by Rommel again in front. As they'll come back down low for Jamestown. As we said before, Tetons have to be willing to be winning those battles. As Jamestown just dominating them out there on the ice right now. Kuhn seems to be hurt there in front of the net. Good block there by Wiltikol. Finding up his team, you can hear him from the bench. As Jamestown just controlling the puck in their own zone, in the Teton zone. Good stick there by Wiltikol, just get the puck out. So ignores it with a big hit. As it takes a stick in front, and now a chance for Jamestown. They have numbers coming back in. Backdoor pass and another goal for Jamestown. Bad change there for the Tetons.
Terrible change, 2-on-1 opportunity, and he'll bury that up top past Romero.
No chance for Romero in any of the goals here in the second period.
Absolutely not, as he still had Travis Kuhn's stick from the end of that last play. He'll recover his own stick now and we'll reset again. Jamestown absolutely taking advantage of momentum right now. Tetons need to find a way to stop the bleeding.
As Coach John Bokus will call a timeout. Look to regather his troops.
I agree with this call by Coach John Bokus. He realizes his team needs it. So we'll see if he can rally him up. Angus, what do you think the Tetons have to do to come back in this hockey game?
I think they have to get back to basics. As you've seen in the last goal there, they had another great decision to change. Left Kenny Garrett and Rommel all alone in what was developing into a 4-on-1 opportunity. But they have to get back to basics, start driving the net, getting traffic in front of the net, a lot more shots, as they've only had 9 shots in this entire game. They need to have more shots, more opportunities, and they have to be able to control the puck. As it looks like Romerill's day is done. I don't think that's a reflection on Romerill. I think that's a reflection on the team, maybe trying to get his... I think Coach John Bokus will be trying to get his team fired up here. As a fresh goaltender, fresh start.
Yeah, that's kind of a surprise to me. Romerill allowing 4 goals on 34 shots. Really, the last 2 weren't his chance. He kind of got hung out to dry there. So Sanitary Sepinen will take the net with 5:41 remaining in the second period. Shots are now 34-9. Jamestown with a 4-goal lead. Sepinen coming in after a strong 49 save performance last night.
As we'll restart this game again, folks, with 5:41 left in the second period. Jamestown up 4-0. As a face-off won back by the Tetons. Just try to find it over Winkle. Now the Tetons are flying, folks. That's all it needs. As they're now starting to bend bodies, trying to show a bit more willingness. It's a great hit by Grushka. Another great hit by Zagurskis, laying his man down. And now we have a fight going on now. And we have a brawl. Zagurskis in there, Winkle in there, Grushka in there, Falstad's in there, and Henry Hoffman now in there. Now the goaltender getting in there. These fans are loving it, folks. Even Falstad's throwing a couple of punches. Falstad wanting his dance partner, referee not allowing it. We got helmets off here as Winkle has his man down. Henry Hoffman trying to break up his fight. Is he still, referee not getting involved in that one? As that just take a little bit of escalation there.
These two teams do not like each other, and there it exploded.
As we have Zagurskis, we have Hoffman, we will have Winkle. No doubt we will have Falstad going to the box as well. As it will be a very populated penalty box. Some players might even have to stand while they're in there. As a great effort by them trying to get their team fired up here.
As now there are 4 Jimmies in the box and 3 Tetons.
As there's a lot of helmets, a lot of sticks, and a lot of gloves out there.
A yard sale, really.
As Matt Falstad makes his way to the box. That's just how it seems to go, folks. Is it escalates to 1 person tries to break it up, and then his teammate will go in and try and help him out, and then it just escalates to more.
Absolutely, Matt Falstad, usually a very calm player. He's right in there right away trying to defend his teammates. Good on him.
As we have a very populated penalty box right now.
Yep, 8 guys in there. So there will be multiple penalties on multiple guys for multiple teams. We'll see what comes up on this. All of that originated with the Nikita Zagurskis hit down low.
Which was a clean hit in the eyes of the referee.
There was an original penalty on the play. I am not sure which part of that he actually was originally calling. So they'll have a conference here, and I can't imagine this would be short.
I think it will take some time for the referees to try and piece this puzzle together.
So after the Teton timeout, a huge explosion of emotion comes out from both teams and leads to a bit of a line brawl.
If anything, it's definitely got the fans going here in this game. As we've got some young Williston Coyotes in here. Our student section loving it as well, as always. Even the police force up on their feet watching the game now.
Maybe it's a good thing they're here. I guess this will allow Sepinen some time to stretch out, get some movements in, make sure he's ready to get in. And now they're giving a few verdicts to some players and making some explanations. Captains up from both teams waiting to hear what on earth is going on and what on earth is their decision. I'm just going to take a quick little picture of this penalty box here.
as it is hard to wonder what each team will be given, as it depends whether the referees will call the hit on Zagurskis, as it did escalate to something more than what it should have. You have the retaliation from Jamestown, and then retaliation from the Tetons. So it looks like Winkle is done, Zagurskis is done. Hoffman and Folstad just waiting their time in the box.
Again, two key players for the Tetons, top 6 forwards, Winkle and Zagurskis. As there's a 5-minute major for Nikita Zagurskis on the board right now. So now 2 Jamestown Jimmies are leaving the game. That is Browning and Harris.
Browning and Harris will leave the game too, as still trying to figure out what the referees are going to come out with this one.
Yeah, Zagurskis 5 is now off the board. So more discussions. Captains have their verdicts, and it appears the refs do too.
I think it will just be down to 5-on-5. Both teams will get coincidental penalties. After 2 minutes, they'll be allowed to leave the box. Or maybe it'll be 4-on-4.
So now there's 2 Teton penalties on the board for Folstad and Hoffman. You'd have to think there'd be some kind of Jamestown penalty on the play.
As Teton bench look a little bit short. They've now lost Winkle and Zagurskis as well as Andy Williams. 3 very key offensive players, as there seems to only be 1 penalty up on the score clock right now for Jamestown. It's indicated that the face-off will be down in the Teton zone.
So Matt Mezek steps in to serve. I believe it is a Zagurskis or Winkle penalty. And we will have some 4-on-4 hockey, it appears. I take it back, 5-on-4. Yep, 5-on-4.
So I can only guess that Mezek will be sitting the 2-minute penalty. While both of Henry Hoffman and the 2 Jamestown players, as well as Matt Folstad.
My only assumption is that Folstad and the Jamestown player received coincidentals, and Hoffman was given the initial penalty on the play. I mean Zagurskis, pardon me. And that is who Mezek will sit for.
Yep, as it is now indicated up on the scoreboard that there is a 5-minute major penalty. For the Zagurskis hit. And we're back underway, as the Tetons have a long penalty to kill against a very fast and very large Jamestown power play, as they like to control the puck down low and then move it up to the top for the shot. As it gets moved up to the blue line, moved over to the middle. They'll try and move it back down low, but picked off there by Lincoln. And Travis Kuhn will send it down the length of the ice from the corner. Lincoln chasing after it. Good job by him forcing the goaltender to play it. He thought he had time. Good job by Grusha causing that turnover in front. Also an opportunity for him. He doesn't quite manage to get anything out of it though. As Jamestown will come back the other way. They make a pass in front. Give it over to the back door. And they'll just look to set up the power play. They'll not look to make any quick opportunities right now. As they have it on the half wall, they move it up to the top. Move it over. Good slip by Grushka interrupting that pass. However, it goes back down into the corner where Dalton Johnson will fire it down the length of the ice, and they'll go for a change. As Jamestown looked to make a play up through the middle, but decided to retreat and start again. out there killing, excuse me, folks, with Chris Healy. And a turtle by him. He has an opportunity in front of the net. He'll be on his backhand though. Shot just gets sticked aside. Moved out to the point. Shot comes in from Mikos Rankin. Just goes wide of the net. As the Tetons will come back out of the offensive zone and go back to defense. Good hit from, I believe, Kenny Garrett. Puts his men down. Back on top. The shot goes over the top of the net. We'll roll onto the half wall. Jamestown settle down the puck and start again. Pass back door. Shot goes in. Saved by Seppins. It goes over into the corner. Picked up by Tyler Forrest. He has a 2-on-1 opportunity with Chris Healy. Has Chris Healy going in front of the net. Pass just a little bit over Chris Healy's stick. Doesn't quite sit right for him. As Forrest will come back the other way. He was sent down the length of the ice too. Dalton Johnson. And he's in his own zone. He'll wait and try and give it over to Will Landsberg. Just a little bit out of his reach. As Jamestown will come back the other way. Jamestown have the puck in the corner now. They'll move it around to the near side boards. As again, they look to set up with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here on the power play. Shot comes in, stick to side, save by Septon, another save by Septon on the back door. There's a good shot blocked by Cole Wealthcole. Jamestown not managed to create too many opportunities. They had one right there, but a good save by Septon. Tetons are having a very active penalty kill right now. Pass in front, blocked away by Will Landsberg. Payne Ocon try to get the puck out of the zone right now. Doesn't quite manage it though. Jamestown managed to keep the zone. Given over in front. They try to make a backdoor play. Sticked away by Cole Weltzko. It goes over to the point where Jamestown will keep it in. Again, Jamestown looking to set up. Create some opportunities. Pass attempt in front. Just didn't hit anybody. It goes over to the other side. Shot comes in. Sticked up out of the air by Jamestown. Glove down by Weltzko. And sent down the length of the ice. So far, so good as a successful kill for the Tetons. Shot, glove down by Sepinen.
Good hold by Sepinen there off the deflection. So he'll take a whistle with minute 13 remaining in the second period. 53 seconds remaining in the 5-minute major. Players on both sides released after the coincidental penalties expire.
So Matt Mezek is left all alone there in the penalty box now. It is picked up by Lincoln. He manages to clear the zone. Picked off by Jamestown though as they'll look to regroup. Jamestown managed to get in the zone. They'll move it over to the far side boards. Move it up to the point. And they'll move down back to the far side boards. They have the puck in the corner now. And it's picked off by Grushka. Another opportunity for the Tetons. As he has Lincoln going to the back door. Pass in front of Tim. Shot just gets disrupted. As back comes Jamestown. They have a 3-on-2. Good back check by Ryan Grushka. Manages to even numbers up. As we're at the last 3 seconds of the 5-minute power play for Jamestown. As there's a man all alone in the back door right now. Good stick by Dalton Johnson to break out the play so it didn't happen. Walks up in front. Shot just goes over the top of the net. Loose in front of the top of the net. And it gets sticked down as a high stick.
Yeah, puck bounced off the top of the net, off the glass, and that goes, takes cream off a stick, so the puck will come outside of the Teton zone.
A great job killing for the Tetons, killing off that 5-minute power play for Jamestown.
Absolutely. We'll see if this can be a momentum point for the Tetons now with 11 seconds remaining in the second period. Can they carry this into the third?
A good job by Mezek. He has fresh legs, being out on the penalty box for 5 minutes now. It was picked off by Cole Welthko. Cole Welthko gains the red line. He'll just chip it in down deep. And that will do it, folks, for the second period. A lot of goals for Jamestown. They scored 3 in this period and still enough for your Tetons.
Yep, so it was an all Jamestown period. We'll see if the Tetons can turn that around after the ejections and penalties. We'll be back here in about 10-15 minutes.
folks, as we're back for the third period of action between your Williston State Tetons and Jamestown University. Going into the third period, your Tetons are down by 4.
The police force that are in attendance were moved into the hallway for the intermission, but nothing came out of that, so we'll see if this game settles down or if it's still as physical as ever.
As the face-off is won by Donald Johnson on the blue line, he winds up, fans on the shot. As it sets down onto Sepinen's net. He gives it over to Zignarczyk on the wing. He'll take it down low. Leave it for Gruszka, sorry. There's a hit from behind on Gruszka. No call on the play. As the puck gets shifted out of the zone, Srenkin misses the puck. Comes out for a 2-on-1 opportunity. Shot gets stopped by Sepinen. Rebound loose in front. As it comes out to Gruszka through in the neutral zone. He has Srenkin going to the net. He'll just fire it down on the goaltender and allow him to whistle up. There's an attempted hit on Gruszka.
Press and Gruszka going at each other all shift. No call on either player after a few questionable hits going both ways, and now they'll exchange some words.
As a face-off will come left to Brower's net. Will Landsberg will throw the puck into the corner as it comes out to Kowalski on the blue line. He'll take a shot, sticked aside by the goaltender. As it comes up to Will Landsberg on the near side boards, he'll fire it down low. As the Jamestown come out with the puck, they'll try it into the Teton zone. It goes into the corner. Will Weltzko will separate his man as he picks up the puck, tries to fire off the glass, picks up in front, shot goes in, just wide of the net. That's a big hit from Henry Hoffman in behind the boards. Jamestown come out with the puck behind the net. They move over to the far side corner. Try and walk the blue. Sticked off the puck there was Kraft. As he makes a nice hit on the blue line. It comes up to him in the half wall. Payne Okon comes out of the puck. He just tries to fire it on the far side. As it allows Landsberg and Kraft to go for a change as Okon will chase after it. We'll come back down into the Teton zone over to the far side corner where Jamestown will pick it up. They'll move it up to the blue line. Take a shot. Good block by Forrest. Given over to Okon. Okon gives it back to Forrest. Forrest has Lincoln with him. Forrest drives wide. Sticked in front by the goaltender. He sticks it to the side. Lincoln in front. Shot. And a save by the goaltender. Goes into the corner. As Jamestown will come back out with the puck. Good hit by Gruszka. Separate that play as it comes over to Kenny Garrett on the Teton zone. Gives over to Kuhn. Kuhn will just chip it down into the Jamestown territory. A clear attempt by the goaltender. Gets blocked in front by Zignarczyk. Give it over to the Gruszka. Gruszka tries to give it over to Johnson on the blue line. He does so. Gives it back down low. Zignarczyk comes away with the puck. He takes a shot. Still looking for his first goal as a Teton. Gets stopped by the goaltender. As it is sent down the length of the ice, where there'll be an icing call.
Gruszka, and nice move by Mezek on the corner. Mezek walks out, shot, stop, eventually covered up by Brower. Jerseys from both teams all over, flying in, trying to dig at that loose puck. Draw Landsberg. And now Hilly, Lincoln, and Forrest come out. Puck line back, but picked up on the near side wall. Hilly intercepts that. Shot just wide of the net. Jamestown picks up far side. They'll cut through neutral ice. And now it's a 2-on-2 opportunity. Hit on shot into the chest of Sepinen, and he'll hold that one for a whistle. Good rebound control by Sepinen. Again, had that yesterday, and it continues on to today.
As the face-off will come to the left of Sepinen. Again, we apologize, folks, as the Wi-Fi seems to be cutting in and out. As we've seen on our live chat that our commentating seems to be a couple of seconds behind as the pass in front gets shot. Saved by Sepinen. Big save by him as it goes into the near side boards. Where Kuhn will pick it up. He'll give it over to Captain Chris Hilly. Huge save by Stephen, keeping his Tetons within a little bit of striking distance here. As it goes over onto the blue line where Jamestown will pick up the puck, move it down to the far side boards. Getting over to the middle. Good stick by Kuhn to break up that play, and it just comes out of the zone where Jamestown will have to regroup. Jamestown with the puck. They'll just strip it down around the boards. Picked up by Garrett behind the net. He'll give it over to Kuhn. Garrett takes a big hit. As Kuhn tries to play the puck over on this near side as he gets picked off by Jamestown. Tyler Forrest with the puck. He tries to make one move. He does so. Makes another one. He has time and space over on the far side. Shot comes in from Forrest, and now will be gloved down by the goaltender.
Kind of a good opportunity for the Tetons. Had Narsic driving the net. Forrest just unable to get a rebound shot there as that swallowed up and held on to for a whistle.
So face-off will bring out Mezek, Narsic and Grushka. Face-off won by Jamestown. That's a good stick from Dalton Johnson, gives it over to Narsic. Narsic with the puck, he makes one move, just gets picked off the puck, but into support is Grushka. Grushka with one move around behind the net. He moves it out to the point, shot by Mikko Strengkinen. Picked off by Matt Mezek. Matt Mezek with all on the shot just goes over the top of the net. And it'll go over into the corner. Nice move there by Jamestown offenseman as it goes over to Dalton Johnson. He makes a nice play with the stick. However, it just manages to come back down low. Clear attempt by Dalton Johnson off the glass, gets slipped down by Jamestown as it comes out of the zone. As Jamestown come back down the other way, they'll move it into the far side corner. In Ocon in the far
side. Finding his draws one back to the Jimmies. They'll play it up neutral zone on the near side. Tries to make a pass to the center, not completed. Puck goes back down low behind the Teton net where it's picked up by Wilticall. Wilticall cycles that around to Lincoln. Jamestown intercepts that pass.
As it's called over to Lincoln on the half boards, he tries to throw his man over into Teton bench. But Jamestown managed to come out with the puck, giving over to Forrest. Forrest tries to make a chip play. He does, he beats his man as Chris Hilly's there to help him out. Chris Hilly's going towards the net now as it goes over into the corner. As this will be a call on, well, I think it will be the Tetons. As I think it will be Tyler Forrest that's going to go for a roughing call.
My initial thought was that it was against the Jimmies for the hit on Hilly, as it was a little bit high. Perhaps there's something behind the play that I didn't exactly see. And now we have some broken glass behind the Jimmies net. So the referees will try to work that one out. And Tyler Forrest will sit for 2 for roughing.
I dare say this will take a couple of minutes to fix the glass down here in the Jamestown net. Just seems to be out of place.
Yeah, as it appears a stanchion popped out of place there behind the Jimmy's net. So we'll get our referees and our goal light expert to get on that one. Unsure of what their title actually is.
Goal judge?
Yep.
Goal judge? I think it'll be goal judge.
That makes a little bit more sense than what I was saying, so we'll go with that. So both teams have a bit of rest now as they will figure this situation out. Ooh, ref tries to take a jump at that.
As who actually might have a better idea of what they're doing.
Yeah, I believe there's a single for someone that tried to go find the rink manager. I don't know about you, but my knowledge of glass is pretty limited.
I know it can break, and that's about it.
I can change a window around the house or around the work maintenance at a summer camp for a few years. So now there's 3 men working on the glass. Now referees and rink workers working on it together. And teams enjoying this break, taking some advantage to stretch out, get some water. .12:14 remaining in the third period. Shots 45-19. Tyler Force will sit for 2 once this situation is eventually figured out. Till then, you get to listen to us.
As I'm just going to take a seat and allow my feet to have a little rest here. How was your nice little weekend vacation in Mexico?
Honestly, it was fantastic. Congratulations to my sister for getting married. And yeah, it was much needed. Temperatures around 75 to 85. For those of you not from America, that's around 25, 28. So
that's not bad at all. Not bad at all.
no, much nicer than the negative 23 Celsius we got going on right now here. So they'll take this chance to announce the winner of 50-50. And someone's going to go home with some cash.
That's the sign guy. Is it? Is there all the shots?
I just wonder how much longer this is going to take, folks. So we do apologize in the delay. I think now a great bathroom or coffee break.
I've already got my coffee, already got my bathroom break in, so I'm going to sit here and enjoy this.
As we have the famous Terrell Coleman taking advantage of the opportunity to go get a hot chocolate.
$2 at the concession stand. Run by former classmate of mine, Josie Falcon. So now players starting to get a little bored of this break, it appears. As you can see, heads being tilted back a bit. Kind of kills any kind of momentum a game our team had going on here.
As we're still waiting, they're still wrestling with this piece of glass. It just does not want to sit right in the holders.
3 men on the outside, 3 referees looking into it. Other referee keeping guard between the benches.
I just think he doesn't want to get involved. I don't think he's trying to keep the peace between benches. I think he's just saying, nah, they let them do it.
Former Teton Josh Davis, linesman in between benches right now. So Angus, while we're waiting, as I was not here last week, can you give me a recap of the 4 games from last week?
Well, there was a away trip in Bottineau, which, as it always goes in Bottineau, a very rough, very intense game. As that one went to a shootout, Tetons just didn't manage to score in the shootout, so that sent that game the Bottineau Jacks. That sent that game their way. And if my memory is correct, it would be Montana Tech. As Tetons managed to dominate in those fields, winning those games 7-0 and 7-3. And then the other game against Minot for the Crosby Cup. Tetons showed great resilience in that game, but they were just outmatched by a better team, as there was very few teams in the ACHA that can match against Minot. As we're now back underway, folks, as arrested Tetons managed to get their feet moving, as Lincoln is out there with Grushka in that famous penalty kill line. As that is one thing that has been perfect so far here tonight, is the Tetons penalty kill. Jash trying to break the puck out of his own. Player loses an edge. Gives it over to his near side winger. Jash coming, Jamestown coming in the zone. Pass back door. Fanned on the shot. Cole Westco there, but picked off the puck. Coming in now, shot saved by Sepinen. Sticked away by Sepinen. I should apologize. The first shot was blocked in front by Henry Hoffman. As Dylan Lincoln will send that down the length of the ice with 1:08 left in the Teton penalty kill. Attempted pass out, picked up out of the air by Will Landsberg as he moves it down into the corner. He'll just try and eat this up. He gives it over to Pate Olcott in the middle. He just didn't quite manage to get a stick on it. And now back come Jamestown. Good stick by Dalton Johnson stepping up on that play. So he gives it over and sends it down the length of the ice where they'll have to go back and regroup. Shots 45-19. Very similar shot totals to last night for Jamestown. Tetons had roundabout high 20s into the 30s last night. As they've not had as much opportunities here tonight. Let's give the Jamestown goalie credit. Whatever he's seen, he's been equal to. Managed to keep that shutout. Has it moved over on the far near side point. Shot comes in, stick down by Sepinen. Loose in front, still loose in front. Comes away with Dalton Johnson. He'll just send it down the length of the ice and go for a change. Again, Jamestown will look to break this puck out as Tyler Forrest's penalty comes to an end. Jamestown getting the zone and they'll move it down low. Try and throw it on net, sticks aside by Sepinen, goes in behind the net. Where Mikko Strenko will go after it. He sticks his guy off the puck and that will go up and into the netting.
Just catches the netting and goes out of play. Netting in this rink isn't really very tight behind the nets. Pucks that hit it generally go out of play.
There's a lot of fans that like to stand around the back of the nets, and if any puck comes over the top of the net, they like to chase after it and pick it up as a souvenir to go home with. As the face-off is won by Mezek, given over to Zignerzik. Zignerzik picked off the puck, and it comes back to Matt Mezek, who was back-checking. He picks it up behind his own net. He rims it around the boards. Picked off there by Robinson of Jamestown. He gives it over to Welchko. Welchko tried to find Grushka, but Grushka just had to come back into his own zone to give it over to Mikko Strenkin so that they did not lose the puck. Strenkin tried to find Zignerzik. Zignerzik give it over to Grushka. Grushka back down to Zignerzik. Battling for it are, if I can see this correctly down there, is Matt Mezek and Ryan Grushka as Jamestown come out with the puck. They'll come back with numbers. They have a 3-on-2 pass in front of the net. Shot saved by Sepinen. Another swatting away by Sepinen. As it's picked up by Mikko Strenkin and gives a stick to the goaltender. Shot comes in from Grushka and that will be held by the goaltender.
Surprising he didn't allow him to play the puck. There were no Tetons in the zone as he had that puck. However, referee made his decision and that'll be held onto for a whistle. 8:55 remaining now in the third period. Shots 48-20 in favor of the Jimmies.
Face-off is won by Jamestown, but in there is Dylan Lincoln to turn that puck over. He tries to give it over to Chris Healy. Chris Healy loses the puck as Jamestown come back the other way. Good stick by Kenny Garrett, breaking up that play. As in there to help him is Dylan Lincoln. Jamestown regroup with the puck in their own zone. As they manage to turn the puck over, giving over to Garrett in the blue line. He just loses the puck. So Jamestown are allowed to regroup with it. And that will be a penalty on Jamestown.
Yeah, behind the play, took down Dylan Lincoln. And the ref right behind him is going to get that every single time. So we'll get the official ruling here, and it is for interference.
That'll be number 24, Simpson, for Jamestown. We'll sit the 2 minutes. We are 8:26 left here in the third period. Teton still trailing by 5.
Good opportunity for the Tetons here to at least get something going. As now Chris Hilly, Logan Kraft, and Dylan Lincoln up front on the power play with Tyler Forrest and Henry Hoffman on the back.
Face off one back by Healy, gives it over to Lincoln. Lincoln makes one move around his guy, and he'll just wait and slow it up, give it over to Forrest. Forrest will drag. He'll try and take a shot, blocked, gives over to Hoffman. Hoffman battling for it. Jamestown come away with the puck, and they'll just send it down the length to Tyler Forrest on his way down the blue line. Gives it over to Lincoln. As that hit sent the penalty box door open. And now we have a broken penalty box.
Oh, this is absolutely fantastic, folks. This rink is breaking everywhere now. Same thing happened yesterday, and they appear to give it a thumbs up. Quick discussion, refs decide that this faceoff will come down into the Jamestown zone.
As the faceoff is won back by the Tetons. Giving over to Dylan Lincoln, he's on the half wall with it. You have two people in front of the Jamestown net. Big screen there for the goaltender. Shot comes in, just goes wide of net from Dylan Lincoln, goes over to Henry Hoffman on the blue line. Move down low, Chris Hilly will pick it up. He tries to make a play to the front of the net. Poke check and diving poke check from the goaltender. Knocks that puck away. Jamestown manages to collect possession and will send it down the length of the ice. And that'll be a change in power play units for the Tetons. So we're just under 1 minute left on the power play with 7:23 left in the third period. Tyler Forrest with speed, he comes through the neutral zone. Try to give it over to Will Landsberg, but just got ticked off the puck as it goes down low. Battling for it in behind the net of the Tetons. Dylan Lincoln gets pushed off the puck. He manages to recover well. As it goes over to Dalton Johnson on the blue line. Back down to Lincoln. Lincoln with it, gives it over to Forrest. Forrest with the puck. Sharp angle shot. And the goal light went on. I don't know if it went in. I think it just hit the side of the net. The net didn't move. I guess it just hit the side of the net.
Yeah, goal judge misleading that one. As the ref will talk to him to see what he decides.
As the face-off will be indicated just to be in to the goaltender's left.
Quick game, goal judge just didn't quite see that one as it goes off the outside of the net.
There's quite a few people in the building started to cheer as they thought it went in the net. Didn't quite work out though. As Dalton Johnson loses the puck in the blue line, now a chance short-handed for the Jamestown shot. Just goes out, stopped by Seppin as it goes up into the air, As Will Langsberg will come out with the puck, give it over to Zignarczyk. Zignarczyk with nice moves, cousin down into the near side boards. Here's over to Grushka. Shot just goes over the top of the net. And now a break opportunity for Jamestown as they come back down with possible 3-on-2. Simpson just loses the puck for Jamestown. As it's picked up by Grushka, he'll just gain the zone. Then fire it down for Zignarczyk. Zignarczyk has a backdoor shot. And it goes over the top of the net. He's still looking for his first goals with Teton since his time coming here after the Christmas break.
Had a good look there, just couldn't quite get that going. As they're ruling that it tipped off the Jamestown goaltender's gloves, so this face-off will stay inside the zone to his left.
Face-off won back by, I believe it was Chris Hilly. As it goes down low for Tyler Forrest. Picked up by Dylan Lincoln in behind the net. He'll move it down low for Hilly, who will give it back over to Forrest. Hilly gets bumped off the puck. So now Jamestown will come back the other way. They'll make a rink wide pass. Henry Hoffman there to collect the puck. Stick down by Chris Hilly. And back comes Jamestown with it. Shot gets blocked. Another shot comes in. Glove to the side by Seppinen. Didn't quite manage to hold it. It comes back for Jamestown. Puck goes into the near side corner as Hilly's in there with it with Henry Hoffman. Hilly comes away the red line. He'll just chip it in deep. As Jamestown was struggling to string a couple of passes together. There's still a change in possession as it comes over to Zignarczyk and low in the front. He loses the puck in the Jamestown slot, so it comes over to Kenny Garrett. He'll give it over to Johnson, who will give it back to Garrett. Puck gets played into the far side boards where Jamestown will regroup with it. Mezek back checking well there. Bumps his player off the puck and manages to put him down on the ice. Again, a good stick from Dalton Johnson. Pinching up in the play, breaking that play up. It's all possession game here for Jamestown, as they're just wanting to run the clock down, as they know that if they keep the puck, they have won this game. As they move down low. Move in front shot and stop by Seppin and Williston behind him as he falls back and covers that puck up.
Good eye by Kenny Garrett, seeing the loose puck, tucking it back under Seppinen for that whistle. So with 3:56 remaining in the third period, this faceoff will come down to Seppinen's right, as he's looked pretty strong since taking in for Aaron Romero.
Shots are now 50-22. 50 shots in the game is a lot. 5 goals to be conceded is not a bad job by the goaltenders.
If my math is correct, Seppinen has now faced 16 shots.
As that puck looked to be out of the zone, Landsman waved it off. John Johnson will battle for it in this near side boards. Picked up by Tyler Forrest. Forrest going through the neutral zone. She takes a stick on the wrist, and that will be a slashing call.
Yep, as Forrest feels that one, clear as day slash. So with 3:38 remaining in the third period now, the Tetons will get a quick power play.
Another chance for the Tetons to get on the board with 3:38 left in the third period.
So they'll bring out Ryan Grushka, Chris Hilly, and Will Lanswick up front with Tyler Forrest and Henry Hoffman on defense for this power play.
Face off one back by the Tetons, given over to Henry Hoffman on the blue line. He moves it down low for Ryan Grushka. And to support is Will Lansberg. He's held off the puck. Moved up to South Forest. One-timing shot. Just goes over the top of the net as it gets moved down low. And it's picked off there by Jamestown as they'll just send it down the length of the ice. So they'll give it back to Tyler Forrest. Forrest coming through the Teton zone, gives it over to Grushka. As Jamestown looks to make a short on opportunity. There's a pass back door. Shot saved by Seppin. Great save by him. As ring wide pass goes over to Dylan Lincoln from Tyler Forrest. Pass attempt gets picked off by Jamestown. As Forrest has to pinch in there. As Tetons will lose the zone again. No real opportunity for the Tetons. They haven't really been able to set up here on this power play. As Jamestown just seems to be getting through pucks before the Tetons are. Tyler Forrest with the puck. He'll just regroup with it with 32 seconds left in the Teton power play. He'll move it over to Dalton Johnson. Johnson gets sticked off the puck, but the support there is Tyler Forrest, who will give it back to Johnson. Johnson will rim it hard around the boards. Getting there is Kenny Garrett to keep the zone, but Jamestown managed to recover and send it down the length of the ice. As Seppin will give it over to Ocon. Ocon drops the puck for Dalton Johnson. Dalton Johnson finds Dylan Lincoln in the far side shot. Blocker down by the goaltender. Loose in front, still loose in front. Now they have a 2-on-1 opportunity. Shot from Jamestown, block saved by Seppin, rebound, and it just goes wide of the net. Played in front by Jamestown, and it's picked up by Ocon in the middle. As Tetons will go for a change. We're at the just over the final minute in the first period, 1 minute 10 left. As the puck is played around to Zignarczyk. It's picked up by Will Lansberg, who will play it down in deep, allow Logan Kraft to go and chase after it. As Cole Welsko takes a heavy hit up high. No call. Shot from Mikos Rankin, takes an awkward bounce off his stick and goes into the corner. As we're in the final 50 seconds here, folks. Good hit from Zignarczyk. Cole Welsko stands up his man. Cole Welsko will tell him he's not happy about that hit. As that one gets played down in the boards. Kowalski will pick it up. Awkward bounce off the boards again. Seen that a few times tonight where that pucks come around those far side boards and come back into the middle. As Tyler Forrest takes away the puck, tries to make a move shot, and that scores. What a goal by Tyler Forrest. Individual effort gets the Tetons on the board.
Excellent backhand by Tyler Forrest. Unfortunate break for Browers with 13.6 seconds left. His shutout is broken. Nice move, fantastic backhand, great individual effort by Tyler Forrest. But really, Chris Hilly started the play, getting the puck up the wall, breaking through a few Jamestown players, getting that puck to Tyler Forrest, and Forrest makes no mistake with that.
As we have indication that Nick Zern is being ejected from the Teton bench. So that'll pretty much do it, folks, as we're in the final 10 seconds of this game. Tyler Forrest will just send it down the length of the ice. Goaltender will go out and play it just so it runs down the clock. As that will do it. Here it comes to an end, so does this game. Tetons lose this game 5-1. There's not as much firepower in their bellies from last night's game. Yes, they'll be a little bit more tired than they were yesterday. As players go around this afternoon, give them like a little bit of a job well done.
Thank you again very much for joining us, folks. I'm Christian Strecker with my partner Angus Lang. We'll see you here next week when the Tetons take on the Midland Warriors and the Bottineau Jacks.
Hopefully we see you then, folks. Thank you again for joining us.